Welcome one and all to Scotch and Smoke Rings episode 524. Welcome new member Pele Nils. Welcome new member Taz. I am your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn, here as always with suspenders set to maximum stun. Got a great show for you tonight, and thank you very much for your patience. So I raced home and I made it on time. So I did a live stream last night. It was a surprise live stream. There everybody is. Good to see you all in the chat. Show regulars, Brian Sanchez, Johnny Pickle, Weird Bear, Dante the Stone, Deuteronomus. So good to see so many familiar faces. I'm here. So I did a surprise live stream last night where I live streamed me catching up to the point where my game crashed playing Bioshock 2 last week. So that's live up on my YouTube channel if you want to rewatch it. But basically that means that when we play Bioshock 2 Minerva's Den tonight, we'll pick up right where we were when my game crashed. And I'll be sure to save more regularly so that doesn't happen again, because that was just really frustrating. Anyway, during my live stream last night, I let everybody know that I'm going on my first family vacation in the longest time. It's probably been since 2013, 2014. I've done holiday things like going out to visit family for Thanksgiving or Christmas, but a legit vacation where I go to do nothing but relax, I haven't done anything like that in a very long time. So we are doing that finally next week. So I'm going to be out all next week. So no live streams, no lore videos next week. I am incommunicado. And my wife is out of town for the rest of this week, so I'm watching the kids, which is why I had to delay my broadcast today. If you followed me on Twitter or watched my live stream last night, I let everybody know that I was going to be changing the time of Scotch and Smoke Rings from 7 o'clock, which is the normal time, to 9 o'clock my time today. And I'm a little bit late because I had to tuck the kids into bed, but here I am. All is well and good. Miner Brian 123 with a tip says, "Hi, Mr. Oxhorn." Hey there, Miner Brian. Good to see ya. Taz says, "Hey, Oxhorn, good to see you in all your glory." Thanks. I'm feeling particularly glorious today. I'm probably looking particularly glorious. I had to feed the dog, let the dog out, make sure he went to the bathroom, change the kids into the pajamas, tuck the kids in, get my scotch together, prep the show. Just in time for the broadcast, so I'm sweating a little bit. just a little bit, but I made it. Fabulous Fabers says, "I can't believe that we're on episode 524." I know. Well, I've been doing this broadcast since 2009, so that's 10 years or so of weekly live streams. Before streaming was a thing. This was before Twitch even existed, before you could live stream on YouTube. I was live streaming on a platform called Tiny Chat, I think is what it was called, Tiny Chat. And then they didn't work out, so I moved to Ustream for a while. They didn't work out, so then I moved to like livestream.com. This show's been around for a long time, and all of those early adopters, I tried them all. And finally settled upon Twitch and YouTube, of course, because they took over market dominance. Drew Cater says, "Been a while since I managed to catch your live stream, JW, but will you ever return to Fallout 4 to do settlement rebuilds?" I keep on trying. I've been working on a Bunker Hill settlement rebuild and a revisit for a long time. So basically, I started. So what he's saying is that I started doing settlement builds on YouTube long before I ever did lore, and that's how my channel began. It began with mods, Fallout 4 mods, and Fallout 4 settlements, and I put a lot of time and attention in my settlements. I did every single settlement. It was a lot of fun. Then I started doing lore, and it was about then that the channel started picking up. So taking off. So I've hardly had the opportunity to go back and revisit some of those settlements, but every now and then I try to go back, and I've done a few settlement revisits since then. I think I did Tenpenny Tower a few years ago. No, not Tenpenny Tower. 10 Pines Bluff. I think I did 10 Pines Bluff a few years ago, and I think I never did a revisit of Hangman's Alley. What I'm trying to do with my settlement revisits is to strip out all of the mods that I put into them. Because I was getting complaints that, okay, nice Oxhorn, but these are only cool because of mods. And, I mean, yeah, that's a fair point. Plus, if I want to share my settlements, it's hard to do that using transfer settlements if you have a list of, 50 different mods that are required to get the settlement to work. So I'm trying to strip out all the mods from my settlement so that I can share them on transfer settlements. And it's tricky, and it's time-consuming, and I haven't done a lot of it. So who knows if I'll get back to my Fallout 4 settlements? Maybe someday. Deuteronomus says, your settlement builds were pretty darn good, I gotta say. Thanks. You flatter me. I look at other settlement builds, and I'm astounded. But settlement build videos on YouTube, and I'm astounded. Mine were very particular. I wanted something that was believable. And this is the guy who has a tower on the top of Kingsport Lighthouse, or a giant castle on the top of Kingsport Lighthouse. So take what I'm saying here with a grain of salt. But I wanted it to look like it was made from wasteland materials. I didn't want big marble palaces with glittering, gleaming pools and all of that, which is another reason why I'm trying to strip all of these mods out of my settlements. Sparkly Pink Pony says, hey, Oxhorn, I just want you to know, your vids helped me through my father's death, and I really love what you're doing. It's really something that helped. Thank you for being awesome, and let's play some bio. Sorry, I thought you were like, let's play some boy, but I just got those wrong. It's bio. Let's play some Bioshock, is what he meant to say. I'm sorry to hear about your loss, but I'm glad that my videos were able to help out. Thank you very much, Sparkly Pink Pony. Stephen A says, OMG, Tiny Chat. Yeah, that's how, I think my very first episode was streamed on Tiny Chat. It started off so this was back when I had an actual website, Oxhorn.com, which I don't think works anymore. And I had a blog on there and a forum, and it was a pretty thriving community. And we had a chat room on the website where we would just sit around and goof off. This was before Discord. It was basically like Discord, but on my website and with cameras. And that's how this show started. Everyone, I was already talking with them every single week, and I figured, well, I might as well do a big Q&A. They wanted a Q&A, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll start a big Q&A. So episode 1 of Scotch and Smoke Rings happened because of that on Oxhorn.com. Stephen A says, your Dalton Farm build was the best. I enjoyed my Far Harbor settlement builds. I think I finally decided what kind of settlements I really wanted to build by the time I got to Far Harbor and started doing Far Harbor settlement builds. I also like my Nuka World settlement build. That turned out pretty good. But some of my older vanilla Fallout 4 settlement builds I want to redo. Jay-Z says, Ox, any upcoming series you can give a sneak peek of? No, I mean, I wish I could. It was everything I could. It took everything I had to get my epilogue video out yesterday. And I'm glad I did. I was thinking about it for the longest time. Even before I finished Broken Steel, I was going over the script for the epilogue video in my head because I knew I wanted to do it. I wanted to wait till Broken Steel was over so I didn't have a lot of spoilers for people who weren't familiar with it. They could at least go through my Broken Steel series to get the full story of Fallout 3 and then move on to my epilogue video without too many spoilers. Plus, I needed the footage. One of the reasons that my epilogue video was as long as it was because I had to capture footage of all of these characters in three different games that you only find if you make certain decisions with a variety of different characters throughout the length of the game and its DLCs in order to construct this story. So that video was the culmination of literally years of making lore videos about Fallout so that I could collect the source footage to produce the video. So I had to, I should show you my timeline sometime in Adobe Premiere. I sourced probably 20 or 30 different other videos that I had made on specific topics to get the dialogue out in order to produce an epilogue of Fallout 3, from both Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. It was a lot, it was time consuming, which is why last week I only published 3 videos, I think, on Broken Steel. And that's because I was spending all the rest of last week on that video. And then all this week, I'm just doing that one video. It's bad timing because I really wanted to do this epic epilogue video that took a lot of time and resources. And at the same time, my wife was visiting family and we were going on a big family vacation. So a lot of things happening all at once. But the video's done. It's out. I'm glad it's now kiddo time. I can spend time with the kids all for the rest of this week, and then it's family vacation. So I'm feeling really good. But to answer your question, no, I haven't thought out my next week's worth of content. I know I'm going to be getting into the full story of Fallout 4. I've already said I was going to do that. I also want to get into the story of Far Harbor, which I haven't done yet, so maybe I'll start there. I've done Nuka World. I've done Automatron. I'm not going to do Wasteland Workshop or Contraptions. I kind of did other videos that talked about those. Those aren't story-driven DLC. So I've already done Automatron and Nuka World. I need to do Far Harbor, even though I've already done a lot about Far Harbor. But a series focusing on the story of Far Harbor I want to do. And I might do that first and then move on to the full story of Fallout 3, of course, siding with each different faction. That's going to be a year-long commitment, right? If you go back and you take a look at the dates of each episode in my NCR Story of NCR series, it took about a year to complete that entire series. If you go through the story of Fallout 3, I whipped through that one much more quickly, but it still took me probably, 4 or 5 months to do the full story of Fallout 3, 6 months or so, half a year, if you include Broken Steel. So when I dive into the full story of Fallout 4, that's a year-long commitment or more. To get that done. But it's something I want to do. And yet at the same time, I have got to finish Fallout 2. The problem is that my Fallout 2 series doesn't do nearly as well as the Bethesda Fallouts. And that's because, they're less accessible. It's harder. I mean, you have to sit there and use your imagination, and the text is small, and you got to read along, and there's not big explosions. It's a little bit less accessible, so it does not quite as well as my Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4 content. Or 76 content for that matter. So the payoff isn't really there for me to continue with the Fallout 2 series, but I am still committed to doing it because I do Fallout, and I want to do Fallout, and I want to know the story, and I want to be able to tell that story. So I'm going to finish my Fallout 2 series, but it may be a while. It may be slow in coming out, and then of course I want to tackle tactics after that. But that also will be slow in coming out while I have a lot of other content to do. Not to mention all the other live streams I'm planning to do. I want to start Wolfenstein Youngblood. I've already done episode 1 of that series. We need to move on to the other episodes as soon as I finish one of the games I'm currently streaming. Probably Dishonored, Death to the Outsider. Whichever one I finish first, I'll then move on to Wolfenstein Youngblood. Plus, there's more Fallout 76 live streams I need to do. I just got too much. There's too much. I need more of me. More me's to be able to handle all of the content I want to produce. If I could just clone myself. Pele Nils says, hey, Oxhorn, what do you think about these Atom Shop cardboard cutouts in every train station in Fallout 76? Atom Shop cardboard cutouts? I don't know. Are you referencing something that I might not have picked up on? I'm sorry, I don't understand the reference. Cardboard oh, you mean the Vault Boy thumbs up cardboard cutouts? I don't think they're at every train station in Fallout 76, but if you're asking what I think about those cardboard cutouts, it makes sense to find them in Vault 76. It doesn't make sense to find them anywhere else outside of Vault 76. I mean, the Atom Shop just in general is a bit lore breaking. I wouldn't consider practically anything we can get in the Atom Shop to be canonical, right? And the fact that we can then find that alongside a canonical lore-friendly game that's like Fallout 76, the canonical Fallout 76, is a bit frustrating for somebody who's really interested in the integrity of the world. But what can you do? That's just the way the game's put together. And I'm going to be doing a video on that later sometime, but not right now. Lucky Babcack with the tip. Thank you, Lucky Babcack. Lane Berry says, love Thursday nights. Best show on YouTube. Thank you, Lane Berry. That's extremely kind. No show next week because, again, I'll be out of town, but I'll make it up for everybody. Ryder Wheeler says, time to finish Fallout New Vegas, siding with Yes Man. I finished it. I finished covering that on my channel. If you're saying that it's time for you to finish it, then more power to you. I hope you you enjoy your playthrough. If you missed my siding with the Yes Man, just go to my channel, navigate to the playlists and find my full story of Fallout New Vegas playlist. It's there, every episode in the Yes Man series, including all of the Yes Man endings. Tony J says, sorry, Brian, no sinking city this week. Ox said so. You're right, I did say that, but I might change my mind. So here's the thing. I'm not going to be doing a live stream tomorrow morning, Friday morning, because I'm watching the kids while my wife is away. But after I put them to bed, maybe I'll do a live stream. And if I do, it'll be the sinking city. It all depends on how I feel. If I'm perfectly honest, I wish I could tell you with confidence that I'll be able to live stream tomorrow. But if I spend the whole day taking the kids to the park or the museum and cleaning house and all that stuff, and I don't have the energy, then I won't do it. But if I do have the energy, then I will do it. So just follow me on Twitter, please. I keep everyone on Twitter up to date with, the moment-to-moment live play of my life. So, yeah, I might do something tomorrow. I might not. I don't know. Just not in the morning, maybe in the evening. Just follow me on Twitter. Sebastian Durand Lopez says, hey, Oxhorn, I was wondering how long it took to write your book. I'm writing one myself, and I've been working on it since 2012. I feel like I'm never going to finish it. Also, cheers. What's your poison? Today, my poison is a little bit of Glenfiddich. I left my bottle in the kitchen. It's a little bit of 10-year-old Glenfiddich. Bottoms up. You remind me, I forgot to set something on fire. Already 25 minutes in the program. I'm not smoking anything. That's just intolerable. Hold on. Lighter. Rachel says, Ox, your Fallout 2 videos are the ones I look forward to most. Thank you, Rachel. That makes me feel really good. I have so much fun doing my Fallout 2 videos. I really do. But they're a huge time sink. They're probably the most complicated videos I have to make, just due to the nature of Fallout 2 as a game. As old as it is, as glitchy as it can be, trying to play it on a 2019 machine. And how complicated the game itself is, with so many different outcomes, so many different dialogue options, depending upon the build of your character or the gender of your character. I have to have multiple throwaway characters spec'd differently so that I can log in and then, record the different dialogue. And then I have to keep each character up with each other so that they're at the same point in the game, so that when I do the next bit of the story, they're all at the same spot. It's really complicated. And then not only that, there's no voice dialogue, so I have to narrate everything. My part, the NPC's part, it's a lot of work. And the fact that they're not watched as much as my Bethesda Fallout content, it just makes it really hard for me to justify it. Like if I was running the numbers, if I was an accountant, I'd say, Oxhorn, what are you thinking? Nix that Fallout 2 stuff. It's not worth it. Do something else. Focus on a new game. But thankfully, I'm not an accountant. Instead, I'm someone who really loves Fallout 2. And so I'm going to do it anyway. Because I just like it. I genuinely like it. And that's the same decision I made with the Return of the Obra Dinn. I knew that series wouldn't do very well on my channel because it's a really obscure game by an indie artist, and it's an interesting concept where you're trying to reproduce the way a video game looked on a Mac computer in the early 90s. And that's the graphics for it. Even though it is first person, those are the graphics. I knew that it was going to be a very niche series. But I did it anyway because I just loved the game. It was so well done. Didn't make any money on this series, but it was such a good game that I had to tell that story. So I'm really proud of that series because that game in particular really needed a narrator to bring everything together. Because even if you get every fate correct, by the time the game is done, you still kind of walk away going, what just happened? So I think I'm pretty proud of how I was able to weave everything together, and I think I got it right. Anyway, Sebastian, back to your question about writing the book. It took me many years. I came up with the idea for the book in like 1998 when I was still in high school. At the time, it was a video game. I had used RPG Maker for the PlayStation 1 to turn it into a video game, The Tale of Cloran Hastings, that I shared with the RPG Maker community. I had made a number of different video games for that community. And my most popular one was The Tale of Thorn Hastings. So I decided, well, I might as well turn that into a book. Started writing it right after that, so 1999, year 2000, something like that. And I wrote a 40,000 word version of the book really quickly right out of high school. I basically took a year off. Right after graduating from high school, I took a year off. I wrote the book. I then went into college and waited a couple years and polished it off towards the end of my college years. Really polished it off probably 2006, 2007, something like that. And then it kind of sat. I tried to get it published. I sent it to literally hundreds of publishers. I don't know if it's easier these days, but back in 2006, 2007, I paid to print off hard copies because these publishers are extremely demanding. They require you to pay for and print off either the entire book or a third of the book or a fourth of the book or whatever, and mail it to them, and so that they can read it, and then they don't get back to you for 6 months to a year. So I did all of that before I graduated college. I probably sent it to about 150 different publishers and agents. Got call backs from 3. Of those 3, only 1 maintained interest. And I negotiated with that guy all the way up until I got my job at Wii Game in 2008, and moved to California. Kept on communicating with them. It's just as slow as molasses in the book publishing industry. They didn't respond to emails very quickly. They didn't respond to phone calls very quickly. Negotiations went on for well over a year, and it eventually, the market collapsed. I mean, that was the Great Recession, 2008, and they said, no, we're not doing it now. So that kind of crushed me, and I sat on the book for many years until finally, I lost my job at Wii Game. I got laid off because of the recession, moved back up to Washington, and I said, screw it. I'm just going to publish it myself. And I published it myself, put it on Amazon, and I probably spent about a month going over the entire book again because I hadn't looked at it since 2008, right? And it was 2012 at the time, and I said, well, I got to go over it again. Made minor changes, changed a few things, maybe a few names or whatever, and then published it. So that's the story of how I made that book. Took a long time, and I'm glad I did it. But it's not profitable. I mean, you have to be really successful for it to be profitable. It was an enormous amount of my life went into that book, and it's like one of my videos on YouTube is more profitable than the entire history of that novel. So glad I did it. Probably not going to do it again. Although now I could probably get a contract with a publisher. Now that I'm Oxhorn, right? This was before Oxhorn. Well, kind of, early years Oxhorn. Now I could probably find a publisher. That's a thought. Oh, no, I don't want to do it. Dawson Holiday says, did you think I wasn't coming, Ox? Because I was coming and now I'm here. Thank you, Dawson Holiday. Always good to see you again. Don't forget Outer Worlds, Oxhorn. Yeah, that's going to be coming up soon. Oh, man. I need more of me. Just more me's to get this done. How am I going to do all of this? Okay, I know I missed a lot. I'm scrolling up. Aaron says, been watching for at least a couple of years. Never been able to make it to a live stream until now. Thanks for the years of content. Here's the hypothetical money I would have given during other streams. Pardon me, I'm there in spirit, or at least uploads. Very generous tip. Thank you, Aaron. That's extremely kind, and it's needed because the next couple of weeks I'm not going to have any new content coming out or live streams. So very, very grateful. Thank you for your generosity. Daniel Dennis has really enjoyed watching the Vault Raid. Made me laugh a lot. Keep on fighting the good fight. Thanks, Daniel. Keep on fighting the good fight. That was fun. I had a lot of fun. Vault 94. It's your typical Bethesda Fallout 76 raid. It's kind of what I expected, right? Between all of the crashes and the glitches. I'm not going to do a video sitting there giving my review of Vault 94. I really just want to focus on the lore, and I didn't get an opportunity to get it. That's another thing. I really want to do a video on the lore of Vault 94, and I don't feel, after having gone through the entire dungeon, that I got all of the lore. So I really need to schedule a time to just sit down and go through it myself with all of you and take my time over every single piece of lore so I can get the footage to do the video. But that takes time, and I got to build up my character. Like, I wasted all of my stim packs on that raid during that live stream. I think I went in with almost 100 between healing myself and resurrecting all of my group mates, which I did a lot of because we decided to go in with a level 20 guy. Brilliant us. I went through all my stim packs, so I need to make more stim packs. I should probably make more shotgun ammunition. I almost ran out of Gauss rifle ammunition, so I got to stock up again. So that's it, right? I got to do the grind first to supply myself before I go back to the dungeon to do that grind again. We'll see. Cole McLean says, "Oh, why is it Noble Oxhorn?" Thank you. I have a question to ask. Is there any lore on my home state of North Carolina in the Fallout universe? Not that I know of. I mean, I can't think of any. North Carolina in particular. No, can't think of anything. Sorry. Jeremiah Golder says, when do we finally get Oxhorn branded cigars? You could call it the Ox Box. Maybe I'll have to talk with a cigar manufacturer someday to do an Oxhorn brand cigar. We'll see. Tony J says, is Creation Club canon? I'll be going through those case by case. Is Adam Shop canon? Never. Yeah, that's pretty much my stance. I think they're very different products. Very different products. So and I'm going to do a video on this, but with Fallout 4, they promised us Fallout 4. They promised us all of the DLCs. We got Fallout 4. We got what they promised. We got every single DLC that they promised. We got our 60 some odd bucks worth, right? Then comes the Creation Club. Never promised to us, never announced. We never had an idea that it would be part of what we were buying. And out of the blue comes the Creation Club with the potential for brand new lore. Yes, we have to pay for it. Yes, it is. It is a microtransaction or mini DLC, as the marketing team at Bethesda would like you to believe. But it drops from the sky, totally unexpected, and we have the potential there for brand new lore. With the Adams Shop, it was announced with the game. We knew we were getting that alongside the game we were paying $60 for. You'll notice I haven't covered any of the Atom Shop content on my channel at all. I mean, every now and then I might go through the Atom Shop just to see what's for sale and snag something for free, but I haven't spent a single atom that I've got. I haven't bought any atoms. I haven't spent any of my free atoms. I'm just not covering the Atom Shop. And I have complicated thoughts on the Atom Shop, which I'll get into in a video later. But they're very distinct, different products. I like the Creation Club. I don't think everything in the Creation Club is canonical. I think it's on a case-by-case basis, and if somebody were to believe that none of it is canonical, that's totally cool. I get it. I understand. I think it's possible some of the Creation Club could be canonical. I don't think any of the Atom Shop is canonical. Taz says, Oxhorn, how many of the food and drink items have you made in the Fallout recipe book? Just that one. Just that one drink, wares, brew. I haven't made anything else yet. One of these days I'll sit down with a book and try to make more of it. Jeremiah Golder says, and to answer Cole McLean's question, there's a mention to North Carolina in Point Lookout. It's called the Broken Banks, and I'm from Asheville, so go and see. Is that like a joke? I don't know anything about North Carolina. I'm sorry. Broken Banks? I don't know. Sebi says, really enjoy your content. You deserve every view. Thank you very much. That's extremely kind. Ethan Nettles says, hey, Oxhorn, I know of the spin-off, but a Fallout set in LA Hollywood Boulevard set as the Diamond City of the game and movie references instead of baseball. Thoughts? Love from Wisconsin. Hey, Ox, I know of the spin-off out of Fallout set... I know of the spin-off, but a Fallout set in LA, Hollywood Boulevard set as Diamond City of a game and movie references instead of baseball. I'm really sorry, I'm not comprehending what you're trying to say. But thank you very much for the tip and the well wishes. If you're saying a spin-off of the Fallout series set in Hollywood with Hollywood Boulevard as Diamond City, what I don't get is the baseball. Oh, I see. Instead of Mo Cronin baseball references, we find a guy in the city of Hollywood Boulevard giving Hollywood movie references. I get it. Sorry, it took me a while. Yes, well, that would be an interesting spinoff. I don't think it'll ever happen, but it would certainly be an interesting idea, especially for a mod. Vincent says, "Hey Ox, maybe it's time to hire an assistant." Yeah, maybe. I've been avoiding it. I don't want to employ people. I mean, I do want to employ people. I'd love to make this business so successful that I'm a tyrant of industry. Did I say tyrant? I didn't mean tyrant. I meant titan. Not a tyrant of industry, a titan of industry. I could turn this into a titan. I could become a titan of industry. And my business is like employing thousands, and I'm building towers and, you know, colonizing the moon for its resources or something. Yeah, that'd be great. But man, I don't know. The problem is that my channel is successful because of the unique just voice that I have. And I don't mean literal voice. I mean, I do mean literal voice, but also not literal voice. And it's hard to translate that. Like if I were to hire an assistant, trying to figure out what that person would do, I mean, part of what I would need done is someone to take over the creative aspect of what I'm doing for other games. I'd love to expand into other games, but I don't have the creative energy or the time to sit down and really play each of these other games. But finding someone to have a creative energy for another game that we could then put through my voice would be just... When I think about hiring staff and finding a way to just make the business grow, it's a complicated and overwhelming prospect. And really, a lot of that is what takes up the time. Also, I really enjoy the flexibility that I have as just a single person in my business to, you know, take a break when I need to, publish a video at any time of the day that I need to. As soon as you hire somebody else, you're communicating over the internet, and you've got to share assets on a server. You've got to have a schedule and make appointments, and you've got deadlines that you have to meet. I can make or break anything I want as just my own employee. It just complicates things. And I know that that's what people who want to be professionals do. They grow their business, they expand, they hire people. And I should do that. I don't know if I will. We'll see. Robert Sears says, you know, I'm gonna light this cigar. It's 40 minutes into the program. I haven't even lit the cigar yet. I'm just talking too much. One second. Plus, if I hire a staff, eventually I won't be able to smoke cigars, right? Then I'll have a bunch of HR people knocking on my office door saying, "Oxhorn, you're creating a hazardous work environment with your cigars," and blah, 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 blah. Man, I like being a one-man show. I do. Robert Sears says, "Hey, Oxhorn, have you considered if you'll try streaming games on Google Stadia? Since Cyberpunk will be on Stadia, I'd guess they won't demonetize." I haven't thought of it. I honestly don't get Stadia. I don't get what it is supposed to be. I just need to research it more. I just need to do my due diligence and figure it out. That's on me. I need to think about it. I want to cover Cyberpunk 2077. I know that. I don't know if I know that I won't be able to stream it on YouTube. That's just not going to work. I've talked to people at YouTube. The nudity aspect of the game is just... And incidentally, YouTube is becoming increasingly more intolerant of gaming violence. Even if it's not bloody violence, even if it's not sadistic violence, just... I mean, I had to explain to a Google representative why I showed a video game ragdoll corpse in Fallout 3 within the first 30 seconds of a video recently. That's how insane it's starting to get. And what do you do? Like if you get to the point as a publishing platform where you're starting to question people having video game fantasy guns in their content, fake ragdoll, ridiculous, silly corpses in their content, ridiculous, over-the-top cartoon violence and blood in their content. If all of that is becoming an issue, how can you call yourself a gaming platform? Like, if YouTube wants to compete with Twitch in terms of gaming content, that's part of the ball. You know, I know that they wish everything was Fortnite and Minecraft. There are guns in Fortnite, by the way, just saying. But I know they would wish everything was Fortnite and Minecraft, but there are a lot of gamers who spend money, by the way, and should respond to ads, who aren't interested in those kind of games. And, you know, having other types of content on your platform is probably smart, right? Anyway, I'm not going to get into that right now. Corey Morrison says, what's your prediction on the next Fallout setting? I don't have a prediction. I have a hope. And my hope is that we get a taste of annexed Canada. That's what my hope is. Sebi says, ever thought of doing a playthrough of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines? Fantastic game, even if it's a bit different from the other games. I've actually had that recommended to me a couple of times on this broadcast, but I've never tried it. Maybe it's something I should check out. Tommy says, I'm really impressed for the effort you put in lore videos, the intro sections, and the long hours you put on finding all of the lore bits. There is. Cheers. Thank you. It's one of the most satisfying kind of videos I do, are the videos where I get to bring some of the content from many different Fallout games into one video to tell the greater story. Those are always really rewarding to produce. Jason says, sorry I'm late to the stream, so I don't know if you answered it yet, but any news on the Metro Exodus DLC? No, I haven't answered that yet, and you are right. The Metro Exodus DLC has dropped as far as I know. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. It's just really bad timing. Vault 94 drops. I did the big live stream with Many a True Nerd, Juicehead, and Up Is Not Jump. I had that. My wife is going out of town. We're going on a family vacation, and Metro Exodus DLC has dropped almost at the same time that Wolfenstein Youngblood has dropped. It's just, I'm inundated. This is why I need to hire somebody to do this. But then, like, would people show up to a stream, somebody else on my channel playing a different game? That wouldn't work. So how would I even make that work? I mean, I could sit there and do the live streaming and someone else would do the lore content, and then what, I just dub over it with my voice? I don't want to do that. It gets complicated. Anyway, yes, I do want to cover Metro Exodus. I haven't done it yet. I'm kind of overwhelmed with the amount of stuff I want to cover. But yes, that and Outer Worlds, which I will do. So, yeah, this is going to be a busy year. Sebastian Duran Lopez says, lol, yes, I was about to say light this with me. Well, we got it lit. Cheers, my friend. Chris Worsley says, here's an idea. After you gear up, maybe get a team of 3 of your loyal viewers, maybe the ones who helped with the photo shoot, specifically to get the lore from Vault 94. Keep being awesome. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. I mean, it'll have to be after I come back from my vacation, but maybe I should just log in and start a stream and say, okay, the first 3 people that show up standing next to me, you're my teammates, and we go in. Maybe that's what I'll do. Deuteronomus says, and it flew off the screen. Deuteronomus says, Stavia is supposed to let you stream a game being played on a different machine and your input goes to the machine. Stream a game being played. Well, I mean, I've got my streaming set up already. I've got this computer, which is my streaming computer, plugged into a capture card in my editing rig, and I stream from that. So this is my gaming computer. That's my streaming computer. Think of this computer as a console. I've got my console basically plugged into a capture card in my editing rig, which I'm using to stream right now. So if that's all Stavia is, do I need it? I mean, it sounds like a sweetener. Google Stavia. What are they getting into the no-calorie coffee sweetener market? Josh says, Ox, it's due to the recent rise of shootings. That's why they're cracking down. I mean, maybe you're right. You know what breaks my heart? Every now and then, I'll enjoy a video on YouTube while I'm waiting for a video to render or something. I've got a few favorites. I love the Primal Technology guys. I love the Kurt Cigar in a nutshell guys. And there are a couple of hobbyist do-it-yourself guys on YouTube whose content I'll watch every now and then while I'm waiting for a video to render or just winding down from that or something. And there's this one channel who finds old guns from World War I and II and restores them. He doesn't shoot them. He doesn't load them. All he does is, use an electroplating machine to get all of the rust off of them and then sand them down and, put some chrome on and just restores the guns. And he's complaining about not being able to do his business on YouTube anymore because his topic is guns, like vintage antique guns, just restoring them. It's as if Google thinks that guns are man-killing machines, and that's all they are. That they're not tools that can be used for a number of different causes. Like, here I am. I'm gonna go on a tangent. You guys are getting me to go off on a tangent. This is what just frustrates me. This poor guy, he goes onto his YouTube channel saying, I don't know if I can make any more videos because, he'll spend a month working on a restoration project, upload the video, and within, 30 seconds, YouTube says, sorry, this is not advertiser friendly. And he's scrubbing rust off of a piece of metal. And that is not advertiser friendly? What world do we live in? It frustrates me. Sorry, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going off on a tangent. I'm sticking to something else. Changing topics. Grievous Reborn says, to me, just you live streaming these other games is good enough. You don't need a series on them. Also keeps up the great work. Thank you, Grievous Reborn. That's kind of how I feel too. I love the Wolfenstein series. I don't think it would make a very good lore series, so I haven't focused on the lore of that. But Outer Worlds, I might change my mind. Outer Worlds might be a series that I could really do some content on. I saw the trailer for it. I've talked to some people who have played it, and of course it's by Obsidian. So I have high hopes for Outer Worlds and for Cyberpunk 2077 that I could really do some good lore content with those two games in particular. But I don't know, as I haven't played them yet. We'll see. The Easy Life says, I think he meant an entire Fallout installment featured in LA instead of baseball references like in 4. It's movies and Hollywood themed. Fallout New California was what he was referencing. Gotcha. I got there in the end. It took me a while. My mind was somewhere else, but thank you, The Easy Life, for that clarification. Weird Beard says, just passing along a little love for your Fallout 2 series. Hearing the different emotions and personalities you portray for each character is perfect. To me, you bring the series to life. Well, thank you, Weird Beard. I know that people enjoy my Fallout 2 series. The people who watch it enjoy it. The same with the Obra Dinn series. The people who watched it enjoyed it. The problem is that they're just neither of those two games are quite as popular as the Bethesda Fallouts that I typically cover. So it's still something I want to do. I'm still committed to it, and I'm going to continue to do it. Piper Hewitt Dudding says, hey, Oxhorn, love your work. What are you drinking? Today I'm drinking some 10-year-old Glenfiddich. Cheers. Jesse M says, what's your opinion on the new Liberty Prime skin? I already ranted on that in a previous live stream. I'm not going to do it again. My opinion is that I'm not a fan. I'm very much not a fan. I've already done enough ranting this broadcast, so I'm not going to go off on it. But yeah, not a fan. John Niles says, hey, Oxhorn, what do you think of the Midwestern Brotherhood of Steel? I would love to learn more. I'm really interested in playing Tactics. I know we're going to learn a little bit more once I play Tactics. But yeah, I'm really psyched about the references, the numerous references that they get in Fallout. And I just wish, I would like more content. I want to know whether or not Tactics is canonical. We kind of get the hint that it's not canonical because it almost falls into the same category as Fallout Brotherhood of Steel based on who developed it. But it's also referenced by the Bethesda Fallouts. So part of me thinks it's canonical. So I'm interested in learning more about them. Vault Meat says, 5:45 a.m. in the UK. Need sleep. Good night, Ox. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful night's sleep. Josh Bunton says, apologies to all and to you, Oxford. My prior post isn't meant to spark politics. I don't remember what... I know that I've been going off on... Are people getting political in the chat now? Don't get political, everybody. We're here to enjoy and wind down. That's why I'm trying to exert some self-restraint, because this is about fun and community and playing games, not politics. Jesse M says, have you seen the Nuka Break series on YouTube? I'm not familiar. I know the Nuka Break is a weapon from Fallout New Vegas, that neon sign. But I'm not familiar with, is there a Nuka Break series on YouTube? If so, I'm not familiar with it. But if you like it, I'll have to check it out. Taz says, Ox, YouTube, and Mixer have both said Cyberpunk can't be aired without modding, so that basically leaves Twitch. Yeah. I mean, I know there are games out there that have the ability to turn off nudity, like Conan Exiles, for example. You can turn it on or off. I'm hoping there's an option like that in Cyberpunk 2077 so that I can stream the game without getting in trouble. But I don't know if they'll do that or not. And if they can't, then I might need mods to remove nudity. But then again, I can't depend on the mod. Like, what if I install a mod and it removes all nudity, but then we come upon a painting in the game and it's like a graphically sexual painting? Well, the mod only removed the nudity of characters and not the nudity of the painting. Suddenly I've got all these surprises. It's going to be tricky. I'd love to stream the game, but we'll see. Andrew says, couldn't you do a lore/full story on Cyberpunk 2077 not live so you can blur out the nakedness? Yeah, if I were to ever do a lore series on Cyberpunk 2077, I could. I mean, it would be a lot of effort. If you watched my L.A. Noire series, there was nudity in L.A. Noire. I didn't stream the game, but I did do a live lore series on it, and I manually blurred out all of the nudity in that series. And it's, you know, it's a lot of rotoscoping and, you know, masking and Gaussian blurs and just, it's a lot of effort. It takes up a lot of time. And there was just a little bit of nudity in L.A. Noire. I get the impression that from what I've heard about Cyberpunk 2077, nudity is just everywhere. I mean, the plot is that there are these synthetic beings, I forget what they're called, are they replicants? Who are being hunted down for body parts. Like they're being hunted down and chopped up for their body parts so that they can be sold on the black market. Well, as a character, you have to go into these rooms to find these dismembered, naked women all over the place. I think that's kind of like part of the story of the game. And if that's the case, I mean, how do you go about... That's a lot to have to blur out. That's a lot of work. So maybe mods are my answer. I don't know. Arrow 404 says, as a veteran Oxhorn, firearms are a tool, and the fact of the matter is guns don't kill people. Horrible people do. Love the great vids. Keep it up, Oxhorn. Thank you very much for the tip. I am inclined to agree to a certain extent. Especially, I mean, I understand, like, if there's a YouTuber who's, you know, holding up guns and he's got a bandana over his mouth and he's saying racial slurs and he's being threatening and offensive. Okay, I get that. But if you've got a guy who's just, you know, scraping the rust off of a gun and restoring it, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you've gone from being a human to a robot at that point. Well, this doesn't follow the letter of the law, and I think I saw the hammer of a pistol there, and that might be the edge of a pistol grip, so sorry, buddy, no money for you. What? Where's your humanity, right? It just gets under my skin. But I'm not going to get into it. I keep saying that after having gone into it, but I'm really not going to get into it now. Piper Hewitt Dunning says, I got 4 roses, small batch bourbon. Cheers. Cheers, my friend. Jesse M says, Nuka Break is a live-action Fallout series created by Wayside Creations. I highly recommend it. The director did a fabulous job recreating New Vegas. Really? Well, now that's fascinating. You have my attention, good sir. I'll have to check it out after the program. Oh, I think I'm all caught up. I've had the chat scrolled all the way to the top because my little rants go on and on and on, and then the chat keeps going, and I have to scroll down. I think I'm all caught up. Let's relight my cigar. Oh, I almost put the wrong end in my mouth. Korst Mahler says, go South Park Australia mode and just cut to black with a mocking description of what happened. At this moment, the character pulls out, what would be a good euphemism for a gun? At this point in the story, the character pulls out a lead propulsion tool and uses it against a biological entity. Various fluids did fly through the sky, and there was a conclusion to the matter. Right? I like that. Lead propulsion tool. Could probably get by the censors with that, right? Sebastian Durian Lopez says, theory, what if Bethesda has it both as both canonical and not, like how they talk about the Lone Wanderer being evil and a savior? Well, so that particular talk is one of ignorance. Moira Brown didn't know. Moira Brown was saying that the Wasteland doesn't know if the Lone Wanderer was a hero or a villain, right? She's not saying that Bethesda didn't know. So there is a canonical Lone Wanderer who was, who did have a karma level, but we just don't know what that is. But yeah, I mean, tactics could be semi-canonical. Christopher M. says, I doubt that it is even a human who is demonetizing the legacy firearm restoration videos. I don't even know. I mean, I would agree with you at one point. If we were having this discussion a year ago, sure, I'd say probably a robot that's just missing the mark. But I'm watching videos of like The Great War, another channel that I have been watching for years. They're historians. I was a history major in college. I don't consider myself a historian, but I've always been interested in history. And so to pass the time, I'll go out and watch an episode of The Great War where they did the entire history of World War I week by week as the war progressed. This was a few years ago now. And I believe they've moved on to World War II. And I watched the snot out of that because I loved it. And these poor guys, I saw a video where they went on the camera saying, look, and these are guys with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They talk to people at YouTube. So it's not just an algorithm, but because they're covering a controversial topic, World War I, World War II, and because there are, guns talked about as part of history, it's making some advertisers squeamish. And so YouTube's saying, sorry, this isn't advertiser friendly. These are basically teachers doing a history lesson on YouTube. They're not being any more controversial as a high school teacher is. That's the same kind of content our children get when they go to high school. But because he's talking about something having to do maybe kind of with violence, possibly, he's getting demonetized? That's a decision, a conscious decision, made by a human being. That's not a robot. How is that even defensible? And the whole thing is, okay, I get if you're an advertiser and you don't want your ads to be shown side by side with footage from the Holocaust. I get it, okay? That makes sense. But YouTube, as the publisher, should find advertisers who would be okay with that sort of thing. That's an extreme example. But in the gaming industry, are you trying to tell me that you can't find advertisers who are willing to advertise their video game alongside somebody live streaming Wolfenstein Youngblood? Yeah, Wolfenstein Youngblood is a bloody game with a lot of violence and there's Nazi imagery. Sure, I can understand why some advertisers would be a little bummed about having their ads appear on that particular game. But you're trying to tell me that there aren't game publishers out there who wouldn't want their ads shown along that kind of popular footage? Come on, YouTube, pick up the pace here. I mean, this is really on YouTube. If it's not advertiser friendly, that's not the content's fault. That's YouTube's fault for not finding advertisers who are friendly for that kind of content. It's 2 minutes after 10. I need to get to the game. Sorry, everybody. Going off on a tangent again. Daniel Dennis says, any recommendations for a first-time cigar smoker? Yeah, light it with a naked flame Don't use a jet like I am because it's easy to burn the tobacco, which causes it to boil and it becomes bitter. So you light it with a naked flame until you're used to it and then smoke slowly. 1 or 2 puffs every minute or so, right? You don't want to smoke too quickly. Otherwise, you're going to get tongue bite and it's going to be painful. Commander Shrapnel says he says he's not getting into it. Moments later, deep into it. Yeah, I kind of fell into it, didn't I? Whatever, I'm just going to get to the game. All right, moving on to Bioshock 2. Give me a second. Bioshock 2. Let's start it. Hydration. Where's my... Sorry, my went offline. Let me try to fix that really quickly. And I should be able to switch over. There we go. Oh, my camera's on the wrong side. Well, that's okay. I'll keep it there. If you guys, if it bothers you, then fine. Geomancer says, Ox, last week you wonder how the pre-war food items could stay edible. When food is subjected to ionizing radiation, it kills microorganisms that spoil the food. Try looking up irradiated food for in real-life applications of this. Hey, I'm impressed, Geo. Okay, maybe plausible then. Kingslayer says, hey, Oxhorn, just finished Metro DLC and it's really good, but short hope to see you play it. Okay, well, I hope to have time to tackle it in an upcoming live stream. Chris Worsley says, that's super hypocritical since I watched a couple of airsoft videos and gaming vids and I get ads for real-life gun accessories. Really, YouTube? I mean, I have to admit, I've never gotten an ad on YouTube about guns. That's just me. Then again, I don't watch a lot of... Like, I watch videos about people restoring guns, but I don't watch, like, a lot of gun videos or airsoft videos. So maybe they just know I'm not the right target audience. But yeah, I mean, there are gun hobbyists who just... like target practice or like hunting or like restoring weapons. It has nothing to do with, you know, violence. And you'd think that there would be a lot of people like that who would be interested in advertising on YouTube. So how can restoring a weapon be not advertiser friendly if there are people willing to advertise things about weapons on YouTube? It doesn't make any sense. So maybe it's just more political than anything and they're not telling us the truth. Whatever. Let's get to the game. No more politics. Oh, I'm going to get demonetized. Hold on. I got to turn songs off whenever I hear them in the game. These loading screens, they get me. On my Bioshock 2 live streams, all got demonetized. Not all of them, but some of them did. Just because of those doggone loading screens. Okay, so here's where we are. This is where I believe I crashed last week, okay? So let's see how far we can get. All right, I'm going to use an auto hack dart on this safe just because I'm not going to risk it. Oh, and in order to get here quickly, I changed the game's difficulty to easy. And so I'm going to change that back to hard. Now that I'm back to where I was. I already played it on hard to get to this point before I crashed. So I switched to easy to get back here. And now that I'm back here, we'll put it back to hard. Okay. Got the safe. We got auto hack darts. Right, I think that's it. Do I have a little sister? I do. Okay, so I need to keep my eyes open for the next course. Hold some whiskey.
Question.
Okay, I'm too used to playing on easy. What was that voice, by the way? Did you hear that voice? I can't just stand there when they're firing at me. It's not going to work now that I'm battling hard. Oxhorn, what do you think of the Vault 94 raids as Atomic Cast Gaming? I feel like I didn't get a good comprehensive feel for the Vault 94 raid because I was rushed the entire time going through it. As a consequence of the way it was
feel to know that your grand purpose is foretold by a machine? The numbers know already what will happen. As I tell you this, will it affect the outcome? I am not so much holding my breath.
My criticisms of the Vault 94 raid are more with the way raids are implemented in Fallout 76 in general. And there were just a ton of glitches that caused us to lose progress and forced us to restart over and over and over again, as I'm sure many of you remember if you watched it, which of course just was really frustrating. I enjoyed the layout of it. I loved the way the level was designed, and I enjoyed what little lore I had the opportunity to absorb while I was, frantically trying to kill a never-ending swan of enemies towards the end there. And another thing I disliked about it is how they've pretty much forced you to go through process of elimination, right? They don't, at the very end, right before the boss, you have to go through this restarting the reactor and the pumps sequence, and they don't tell you every step ahead of time so that you can prepare. They start with one, and then they give you a countdown timer. You've got 2 minutes to figure this out. Then when you finish that one, we're going to tell you the next thing you need to do, and you now have 2 minutes to figure that out, which caused us to redo it over and over and over again. And is that their way of saying, this is super challenging? This is the most challenging raid we've ever designed. Confusion, purposefully adding confusion and frustration to a dungeon may make it more challenging, but that's not good dungeon design. And I wouldn't call that good game design. That's frustrating for the gamer. And people going into a game and getting frustrated is the antithesis of what I want out of a game. I understand there are many people... I'm going on a rant again, aren't I? Sorry! I gotta stick to it. I understand that there are many people who love the challenge, and for them, overcoming that challenge is reward in and of itself. And you know what? That's great. I'm glad there are people who can get fulfillment from it. That's not why I play.
And you story!
The thinker can see what that
So I can...
Oh, and she dropped it. one of the things I really missed from Fallout 76 were the vaults, because one of the things about typical Fallouts that you get to enjoy is the vault experience, which is finding a vault, not knowing anything about the vault, and going in slowly, piecing together the story of what went on there, and fighting enemies, and you finally get the story by the end of it, and you have time to process it. And when we got Fallout 76, we didn't get any of that. Literally no vaults to explore. None. And they're coming out in piecemeal. Vault 51, Vault 94. And then when we get them, we can't do what we want to do. We can't slowly go through it and absorb it and get to know it and understand it. Enjoy the process. It's a race. It's a high stress sort of thing. Which that's not what I was hoping for.
Why?
But I've only done it on one game mode, and I haven't read all of the terminal entries. I haven't put together the story yet. So, once I better understand what they were going for with that vault, I might, change my tune. I might be able to appreciate it a little bit more. All right, demonstration stage, we came from there. Robotics workshop, we came from there. I've gone through 3 or 4 different health packs on the way back. So, hard mode is tricky. Piper says, just to voice the chat, game volume is a bit loud and your voice is a bit quiet. Plus, face cam is in the wrong corner. Okay. Okay, I reduced volume by 5 points. Hopefully that will help.
Rapture Central Computing is the best choice for your company's computing needs. Why, the Thinker even does some thinking for Ryan Industries.
Property! Get your face in my back!
Yeah, there is a bit of an echo. Is that the way it's supposed to be? Or is that new? Okay, we can finally go to Airtight Archives. Let me know if you see a body.
One good zap from that electrical plasmid should get you into the archives.
Okay.
Dear Dr. Lamb, I received the invitation to your little social club today. In return, I'd like to make you a wager. I wager you need Rapture Central Computing just a little bit more than I need your half-baked metaphysical mumbo-jumbo. Ideal in science, not whatever it is you're up to. You keep out of Minerva's den, and I'll keep this city's automation from grinding to a complete and sudden halt. Sound fair?
Okay, echo should be gone. The extreme game volume should be gone. Unity and Metamorphosis. Let's save. Thank you for the reminder to save. Let me know if the audio is still too loud. Patrick O'Shea says, Oxhorn, please tell me what this game is about. Maybe the chat can fill you in, but basically, a big, really rich guy named Andrew Ryan created a city underwater because he felt like he couldn't live out his capitalist dream on land. And this city was built underwater, but then he died, and then a communist took over, or a socialist, called Sophia Lamb, and she tried to turn it into a socialist paradise, and then that failed. And now we're playing a DLC called Minerva's Den, where we're a big daddy, which is a guy who had experiments done on him. He's basically in a big underwater costume, and he's trying to help a guy who created a computer called the Thinker to repair it or take it back from a madman. I'm not exactly sure what their relationship is. I know they used to work together. The problem, though, is that he started to program the computer to resemble his dead wife. So there might be a conflict of interest there. We're not sure who the bad guy is. That's where we're at now. Hello. You found the upgraded ion laser. The intensity upgrade increases the damage output of the ion laser beam. Oh.
The Thinker has taken note of your new toy. A firecracker before the eyes of God.
Okay, I need some turrets. Oh, there's the body. All right, where's the other turret? There was one more turret, wasn't there? Oh man, I'm so gonna die there. No, that's a baby carriage. Where's the other turret? There it is. Okay, saving. We'll explore first, and we'll get the body second.
Thugs came into the archives today and started calling up codes from all over Rapture. People's private possessions, just rifling through them. Said they were Ryan security, that they were doing maintenance on the pneumatic system. Maintenance? Huh. Isn't the point of the archives to keep your things safe from prying eyes?
So, did you just see something swim by? Or was that me? Okay. Well, there's no procrastinating anymore. I gotta get it. Alright. Let's do another hard save. It's probably gonna kill me.
Here's the angel.
Oh man, it doesn't stay where I put it. That one did. Alright, let's get my laser. Here, let's switch to thermal cells. There we go.
We found it! See the light, Tommy?
We're still working on that! On with my data? On with my data? No! That's top secret! No! That's top secret!
Oh yeah.
Daddy, you always save me from monsters.
Okay, we did it. Man, those turrets really came in handy. Now, let's go put the little sister back. There you go. Bingo! I really need to spend my atom, don't I? I haven't spent any atom yet. I think I had in my last gameplay, but when I came through again, I didn't. All right, well, let's loot up the corpses and then go to new accounts before heading on over to the warehouse. This upgraded ion laser is a wonder. It's doing much better damage. I want to upgrade my harpoon gun. New accounts. Here we go. Oh! Got it. Please don't hurt my little robots. I like them too much. Hey, a vacuum cleaner in there. Move. I have a love-hate relationship with these flying robots. They get in my way, but I still love them. Booze Hound. Take full advantage. Drink to your health with Booze Hound. Drinking alcohol restores a small amount of Eve rather than draining it. I'm running low on tonic slots. Move, Wade. More Adam. Of course, we're in an executive's office with booze everywhere. All right, I think that's it for over here. So, switch back to my ion laser and continue on. Sure, thank you. Gonna save.
Lying down on the yacht.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Yes. No! No! No, 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 no! This happened in Bioshock 2 as well. It's not just Minerva's Den. But at least I saved. Woo! I saved. Thank God for that. All right, let's see if we can get back in there before everyone leaves. Oh, man. It's those machine guns. Maybe it's the machine gun turrets flying around. I recall from when I did Bioshock 2, it was the machine gun that I had that would trigger a game crash. Just too many projectiles and muzzle flash. It was overloading the system. And this is my gaming computer. I built specifically to handle anything you could throw at it. But sometimes it's not the rig yourself, it's the limitations of the game. Which is, I think, the problem we are dealing with right now. Let's continue. I saved right before going in that room, so I think we're okay. Oh, no, the music. Oh, I'm going to get demonetized. No, that's the camera. I got to turn the music off. There we go. Okay, auto hack dart. Laser. All right, I'm going to let them take care of it while I go over here so I don't crash by having too many projectiles and muzzle flashes within my my camera view. So the game doesn't have to render all of that. Good. Turret took care of it. All right. Oh, that's my money limit. Well, we can take care of that. Let's go spend some money. Then we can go pick up more cash. I believe there was, El Amo Bandito. I should probably hack it first, huh? Auto hack dart. That made it worth it right there. Spear ammo, laser cells. Yeah, I've been using a lot of... Ooh, my thermal cells are way down. And I used 2 turrets, didn't I? Let's get those back up there. And let's go crazy. That's what the money's for. Sweet. Now, we can loot the rest of the money. Stack of cash. I like it. Now, looks like this is a dead end. Dirty laundry? Are we in a laundry room?
Sure, you hear it in Rapture. One of the business types asked me, why don't you splice white? Get ahead. Well, that's some idiocy. I told him, first of all, I am ahead. Second, in Rapture, it's your work that's supposed to matter, not your skin. Too bad for some folks who can't splice in common sense.
That's awful. Oh my gosh, I didn't think racism was a part of Rapture. Oh, splice white? All right, let's save. This poor guy, the more I learn about him, the more I really feel for him. Losing his wife like that and then trying to program the think tank to become his dead wife, and now he's got to deal with racism. Well, left or right, no good call. Let's go down here.
I have begun testing a new approach to the splicing sickness problem. Adam remembers, you see. The method uses the Adam's own recall of past cell configurations to revert each of the patient's genetic changes. With one final dose, we return the patient to his former self. It is only theory. The number of potential bonding sites for even a single test is innumerable, ones I cannot calculate alone. But I have heard of an adding machine at the heart of the city, beyond the capability of any device the world has known. Perhaps, if I could harness its power.
Is that shotgun ammo? Am I gonna get a shotgun soon? I hope so. Yes! Oh, the heaven provides. Oh yeah, I got a shotgun. I can win this now. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Sound effect didn't work. What was that? Who electrocuted? Did I hit something that caused an electrocution? Okay, that leaves one spot left. Let's save, hard save. Yving Trappa says, hey Oxhorn, just want to say your videos are extremely well done and I look forward to your uploads. Keep up the good work, man. You are so kind. You revitalize me. You keep me going. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need an Atom shop is what I need. So that I can buy more Atom, and then I need a gene bank. What? What? Oh, poltergeist, here we go. Okay. Not a poltergeist. Okay, maybe a poltergeist. What is going on here? Warehouse. We could go downstairs. We could go upstairs. Looks like we're going downstairs.
Reconcile these numbers.
I'm sorry. Was that rude?
Continuing input of audio data into the Thinker's database. Subject, Pearl Porter.
Closer now into the recorder.
I don't know what to say, Milton. This is Mrs. Pearl Porter speaking.
That's the way.
And I'm recording this message with my brilliant husband, whom I love very much. And, I am so looking forward to seeing London.
That wasn't so hard, now was it? Won't you be glad that we have these to listen to when we're old and gray?
Poor guy. Stack of cash. Mini turrets, but I already had enough. Wasted an auto hack dart on that. I want more shotgun ammunition. That's what I want. Oh, I was supposed to... There we go. To the warehouse. Saving again. Can't be too careful, ladies and gentlemen. Can't be too careful. Yeah, the Gatherer's Garden. Slots. I just need to put it all into slots. I can't buy more slots. Yeah, I'm on hard mode. I need that. Let's replace. Handyman. I tried decoy in Bioshock 2. I don't know. I never really got it. It didn't really work well with me. Electro Bolt 2. I could probably use that.
Stun enemies longer. Charge up to generate chain lightning.
Health upgrade? Sure. 65 left. Well, let's save it. Eve, I'm not worried about. I'm not using my plasmids nearly that much right now. If that ever changes, then maybe I'll upgrade my Eve. Uh-oh, I hear music that's going to demonetize me. Let's turn music off for just a bit. Oh! Get over here. Don't kill my turrets, please. Did they kill my turrets? I think I'm okay. Whoop. Got it. All right, now I believe I saw a camera somewhere, so I need to be careful. Let's see, what's this? We've got, yeah, let's stock up on first aid. I'll leave one open just in case I find a first aid kit, so I'll leave that open. Hey, buckshot! And I'm out of money now. Okay, I didn't get to loot everything because... Ooh. There we go. Because I got attacked, so let's loot back up. You got ion laser burst ammo. Hold left click to charge up release. When fully charged to unleash a devastating burst attack. Ooh, where's that at? Oh, burst cell. Awesome. I'll have to use that. Gene bank. Okay, so I've got security command, telekinesis, and electro bolt. I don't have any other genes, but I've got 2 spots open for when I find them. I only have 4 slots here. Let's see. What do I have? I have handyman and booze hound stored. Right now I've got sports boost. You move slightly faster. I like that. I like armored shell. Every time you hack something, you gain a little health and Eve. I don't need that. Let's put in... Let's put in Handyman. That is useful. I use that. Careful Hacker. I need that. And Eve Link. I need that. All right. Well, I need to open a few more slots, and I'll be good. Ooh, big warehouse up here. More burst cells, thank you.
Hey, I'm just doing my job. And these pencil necks ain't conducting themselves in a way that'll make it go easy for them. Mr. Ryan needs to keep an eye on what certain subversives got circulating in the archives. That's just the way it is. These pinkos think the bandits are just gonna play nice? Send their plans to the Central Council with a bow on top? When it comes to Mr. Ryan, you're either with him or you ain't. Get used to it.
Okay. I want to try out that burst damage, so let's pull that back up. And, okay, well, which way do we go? I believe this goes in a completely different direction. First aid kit. That goes upstairs. Hey, buckshot! Oh, that's where the camera is. There it is. It's on the other side of that room. All right, let's check out lots of drink and booze. Hey. More burst cells, so I'm full there. Let's go down here. Hey, auto hack dart. That's what I need. And more scotch. There's that guy that let's repair that. Oh, it takes Eve. I didn't realize that.
The secretary pool is filled to burst.
Oh, nice. So there's a plasmid up there that I missed. How did I miss that? Let's see if we can get to that room. Over there. No, it's blocked off. Okay, so that's what the staircase. That's where the staircase likely takes me. Yep, plasmid up there. All right, so before we go down there, let's check out what's over here. Then we'll go up and get the plasmid. Actually, that goes deeper. So let's go up and get the plasmid. Bite it, chamber. Let's see what we got. Gravity well. A flick of the wrist, a vortex of destruction.
Clear a room of clutter, or your enemies. Watch them try to resist the pull of Gravity Well.
That'll be interesting.
The Tinker knows what you're going to do with that, and it isn't happy.
Anything swimming by? No? Oh, I'm loving it. I think I could get used to that. Oh, it's safe. Oh, what a waste. Oh no, I got more burst cell damage. Alright, still on 100 of 100. And that's the Vita Chamber. Great. So let's go down and continue that way. What was that? What did they kill? Natural camouflage. Need some peace and quiet? Splice in natural camouflage. Stop moving and just fade away. Remember, not seeing is believing. When standing still, you become invisible. That's pretty cool. Well, let's try it out. Swap it in for Handyman. Ah! Oh, it's a big sister. What are big sisters doing here? A fully charged blast takes 50. Ooh, dear. Okay. Oh no. The next little sister you harvest or save will cause a big sister to appear and hunt you down. Once you deal with the next little sister, be prepared for the fight of your life. Oh no. Okay.
With all the time I have.
X's eyes! X's eyes!
Well, I lost my little turret buddies. But at least I got him. Well, let's go up and get that ammunition. There's more burst cells upstairs that I left behind in that safe. Where was I when I was down there? That was back here, wasn't it? Yeah. No, that was upstairs. Oh no, I got all of it. Okay. Thermal. That's what it was, thermal. Wait, did I pass a body? I did. Okay. Let's get some at him. Hard save. Well, let's put a few turrets down. Those really helped out last time, and I'm completely out of my flying, guys. Can I put one there? Yeah. Can I put one on top? No, it just drops back down. Let's try doing it with just 2 for now. I've got my machine gun.
Daddy's right here.
Let's get it.
Sleepy angels shine, Adam shine. Adam and talking.
Crime sacred!
Secret! Oh no! Let's stop!
Trying to steal from your employer. Oh,
your face!
Ouch.
He's nicer than other daddies.
Well, my turret saved my bacon there. Got the fiery brute. All right, one more corpse, and then we can put the little sister back. And we've got more Adam to spend. I wish I could pick those turrets up, but I can't. And, all right, I didn't get too bad there, so let's continue. Ah! Mini turrets. Woo! That came back. All right, hard save. Is that a big daddy? Yep. But I still have a little sister, so I don't need that. Although, are there any corpses? No. So let's just continue. Towards the exit. Gatherer's Garden. Ooh, I can purchase more. Eve upgrade. Might as well. I've got the Atom for it. I didn't really like Insect Swarm. Hypnotize. I never used that. Security Evasion. Okay, one more first aid kit. That's cool. Oh, I need that. Well, then what do I replace it with? Eve Link? Yeah, I guess Eve Link. Because I'm doing okay on Eve. All right, 10 left. Another hard save.
The machine's prediction accounts for your every act. Until you reach the Thinker's core, the equation simply ends. I will not let such an error come to pass.
Doggone Alliance. I hate those guys.
Back to front, Jen. Back to front.
Where'd you go? I know I heard it. Right, well, I'm not seeing any corpses. See if there was one up here. Nope. So it's got to be back the way we came.
She's gonna watch me, do ya?
All right, 2 health packs, but I survived.
I'm gonna save. Just one.
Oh my god.
When the pneumo tubes deliver
Oh
your
my
package
god.
on time. When there's just the right candy bar in the vending machine. When everything works just so. Thank the thinker. Rapture Central Computing, of course.
Oh my god. Ah! Whoa.
Is it? I tell you, bully.
Oh. 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 I'm out of first aid kits too.
On the little one. All you fucking
Boom! Right on schedule.
Are we gonna be together again, Daddy?
Great. Well, looks like there's one more. Where'd they go? Okay, this arrow isn't helping. Do I need to go down? That's right.
Up and over, friend. Once you toss that gravity well over the divider, the suction will do the rest. Bingo, that's the way. We're one step closer to getting the Thinker's blueprint out of Rapture. Head down the lift to operations.
Okay, but there was that one room that had one of those that I didn't have the ability to explore at the time. So let's go back and find that one room.
Backseat's on the middle mark.
Uh-oh, he's back. Holy cannoli. It was down here, wasn't it? Oh, I'm going to wander around until I find it, aren't I? That's all drill fuel. I think it was over here. Alright, so basically what I'm doing is I'm looking for one room that was locked with the same gravity security system that the room I just opened was locked with. But when I found it, I didn't have the gravity well plasmid. So now that I have it, I'm trying to find it to see what was on the other side, but I don't remember where it was. So let me just walk around a bit until I find this thing. And I don't think it's up here. So
Your possessions define you. Don't they deserve to be protected? Airtight Archives offers the most secure choice that you can make.
I don't remember it
that's
being
Airtight
this
Archives, located in Minerva's den.
Maybe I've gone too deep. Hey, there's another body.
Here it is.
Well, at least I can get more Adam this way. Okay, well, let's hard save. I've got one more little sister to collect, or I've got one more collection to do. Let's put down... I'm out of buckshot. Let's put down one mini turret right there. And let's use lasers, I guess. Hope for the best.
What is all those stinking angels? I could give you
Top
that.
secret! Smart? Impossible! Sensitive equipment!
I should probably let them come up here so I stop wasting all of my laser cells.
Just you what?
This angel's all done now. I'm always safe with Daddy.
Whew, okay. Man, Gravity Well is a useful plasmid for pausing these big guys so they don't actually reach me, giving me a chance to just burn them down. I love it. All right, well, there we go. We can get rid of her that way. Oh, no, we're going to get a big sister. Ah. All right, let's hard save. Let's hard save. Let's see if I can cheese it with a gravity well.
Thank you.
She's gonna start screaming anytime now. Now where's the turret at? Where's the turret I had down here? I had a turret. I placed it right there. Where'd it go? Oh no, I'm done.
Why?
Where is she? Ah! Does it not work on her? Doesn't work on her.
Solid. The numbers keep all yours.
Got it. I walked right into that. Literally walked right into that.
I hear you. It's time
Oh, what am I gonna do? This thing's gonna keep on spawning.
What would Rapture be like without automation? From self-opening doors to pneumatic deliveries, Rapture's central computing keeps life running smoothly.
Alright, well I can't hope to defeat her without health, so I'm gonna reload the save I just made before that. Travis says Big Sister is using her slick moves and not falling for your traps. Yeah, probably right. Well, now that I know where she wants to hang out, let me try and place some traps there.
Hidey hole.
Okay, I think I'm well covered. Gravity well didn't work on her, so let's use Electro Bolt 2. I only have 1 health, so let's use my Rocket Spear ammo. Let's try it. Okay, my turret's still there. My traps are all still there. She's coming. I'm all full on spears. I had more health, I could have gotten her. Where is she
What
then?
would Rapture be like without automation? From self-opening doors to pneumatic deliveries, Rapture's central computing keeps life running smoothly.
I should have probably used this earlier, shouldn't I? But that's just ammo. If I try again, I think I know how to do it. There was an explosive canister on the ground that was right next to where I placed the turret, and that's why the turret died. Yeah, an explosive canister like that. So if I put it in a place where it's out of the blast radius, it'll last much longer, allowing me to kill the big sister. Where are ya? If I don't kill her this time. We'll try. She's right there too. She's right at that low health.
Try and surprise me.
She's right at that low health. So I'm just gonna. All right. If I can find where to get health, I can't find a circus of value. That's what I need.
It's all around us. All around us with its electric thoughts. I can feel just what it wants me to feel. Don't talk back to me, stupid number.
The burst cells, a couple blasts with these burst cells and I'll be good.
But I pulled their strings.
Where is she? Got her. Ooh, golly. Well, I got her. About dead. Let's see if we can find a circus of value, because I'm completely out of health packs here. Holy. And how much money do I have? Well, let's go to the Bandito to see if I can. Oh!
I have a business to run.
I'm gonna save the rest. Ooh, auto hack dart. I'm gonna need that. Save the rest for health packs. Let's do a hard save. Did things just get all echoey, or is that just me? And I still haven't found what I came here for, which is that locked off room. So it must have been...
The machine, eh?
There's the circus of value.
Welcome to the circus of value.
Okay, so it wasn't there. It must have been in the archives? Oh, neat. The archives is where I came from. It must have been up here, I guess. If anyone remembers where that was. Oh.
The Rapture Central Computing mainframe performs over 1 million calculations per second. Couldn't your business benefit from that kind of power? Contact a corporate accounts representative today. Rapture Central Computing in your Rapture directory.
Hey, I found my reward. Thank you, little sister. Proud parent and more Adam. Get even more out of your time spent with your little sister with Proud Parent. Any little sisters working for you will gather slightly more Adam from every corpse. Another plasmid slot and gene tonic slot. Let's go for gene tonics for now. And that's it. I'm not going to buy another plasma slot because I think I'm not even full right now. Nope, that was a dead end. I remember that. First aid kit. At least I'm finding stuff that I dropped earlier.
Where? What?
Off the equipment.
There it is. There it is. Okay. So, gravity well. Whoops.
Warning. Magnetic locking relay overload.
Well, let's see what's back here. That was a lot of effort to find this spot. Let's save before we go deeper and crash.
Porter, it has come to my attention that a certain prominent bronze figure has been installed in Minerva's den. An original cast from the mold, no less. Such indulgence leaves a trail. If that costly little souvenir brings the looters sniffing to my door, and I am forced to gun them down, it will be at your feet that I lay the blame.
A bronze figure, eh? Hello. Alright, I got the optional goal. Drill Lurker. Why take enemies straight on? Lurker allows you to make the most of your opponents when your antagonist is caught off guard. Well, since I don't really know what it does, I'm not going to use it just yet. Cream-filled cake. Oh, yeah. New diary entry.
Maurice, I need a new pair of shoes ordered and sent to the pneumo in my office immediately. The vacuum bot ate one of mine. Size 7. Alligator. Heels.
Demanding much. What's in the safe? Oh, beautiful. Okay, let's try and build our character back up here. I need more first aid kits if I'm going to make better use of all of these health items I'm finding. What's up here? Only got one buckshot left. Back to my spears then. Oh, it's just a beautiful sight. So I wonder if we're going to find that bronze statue or if we've already found it. Hello. I see Adam. Of course, Mahler says, Ox, you madman. You didn't save the teddy bear.
I made your numbers.
Oh, that's right. I got that. He says, Ox, you madman, you didn't save the teddy bear for little Marie. Yeah, I know. Oh, that turret. Yes. Although, where did he come from? This is an enclosed room. FB Pistol says, me want Fallout New Vegas too. Don't we all? Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, let's go back to Electro Bolt since I have that upgraded. And we've got all the secrets, so let's follow the arrows. Oh, wait. Did I go this way? No, I didn't.
McClendon Robotics offers your customers the latest and greatest in automated convenience. Visit our robotics showroom in Minerva's Den for a demonstration today.
Sweet, and I got my auto hack chart back. What's this? Grenade launcher. Hello, heat-seeking rocket ammo. Homes in on moving targets. Oh, and I can't get that one because I'm all the way full.
We're just makes you tick. All you
Let it down.
Go.
Woo! Hate those guys, man. At least I got to use my new heat-seeking rocket launcher. Golly. I need more health kits. Well, let's see if we can find a circus of value. I should have the cash to stock up now. And now we can go back to the primary quest marker. Scene Chen said, if a normal person held a shotgun like that, they'd get their arm ripped off off its socket. Yeah, you're right. But then again, this isn't a normal person. We are dealing with some sort of experimented on mutated guy in a big suit. So he's not exactly normal.
Program.
Give me those spears back. Oh, shoot! I didn't even mean to attack him. I did it out of instinct. Oh, no. I saw movement and I attacked, and what do you know? It was a big daddy, of course. At least he's not hostile now.
Computer program. Delicate like a human lion.
Circus of Value. There was one over here, wasn't there? Oh, it's an ammo. Well, how much? 215. Now, I want to save it for ammo. Or for health. Wait, there was one on the other side of... There it is! I only have one left. I'm not going to waste it.
Welcome to the Circus of Value.
Okay. Yeah, after going to the Circus of Value, I get this echo. All right, before moving on, let's hard save. Let's take the elevator down. Oh, that's it. That's the end of the level. Oh, stressful. When using gravity well aimed carefully, it can be dangerous to friendly bots. Oh, that's right. It's not going to be compatible with friendly bots, will it? Something to bear in mind.
Operations. You're nearing the heart of the machine.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call this a night. I've got a lot of housekeeping to do, actually. So we'll save this for my next live stream, which is going to take place when I get back from vacation. Let's hard save that here. All right, so thank you for joining me for Scotch and Smoke Rings episode 534. Doug Delegard says, just because I love all of your videos, keep up all the awesome content. Thank you, my friend. So glad you're here. Very wonderful tip. I appreciate it. Hate to leave now, but we've been going for about 2.5 hours now, and the kids are asleep. I got to get some household chores done before my wife comes back and we go on our trip. So thanks for joining me. No more live streams, no more content this week, but tons of content on my channel. If you haven't kept up with my Fallout New Vegas videos, I completed Fallout New Vegas, the entire story, every location, every DLC. There's lots to catch up on if you've missed that. I've pretty much finished Fallout 3. There are a few more locations and quests left to do, including Temple of the Union and Grey Ditch, both of which I plan to do when I get back from my trip. And I've finished almost every location in Fallout 4 as well. So there's a lot of content to check out while I'm gone. But anyway, thank you so much for coming to this live stream. I'll be back the week after next, and I might do a live stream tomorrow, depending on the time. Because I'm really enjoying The Sinking City, and I'm going to be kind of bummed if I miss out playing it this week. So just follow me on Twitter at Oxhorn. If I decide to do a live stream tomorrow evening, I'll let you know on Twitter. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of your Thursday night. Be kind to absolutely everyone, and I'll see you soon-ish with more live streams and more brand new lore videos. Have a good one. Sorry, there was one more super chat. Emasade says, Ian here, I get the feeling that a rocket launcher is not meant to be used in a room so small. Hashtag that time you fired a fat man inside a shed. Yeah, well, lessons learned there. Though the rocket launcher does work really well on some of those beefy targets. All right, thanks again for all your super chats, and I'll see you soon.